And good evening, War Eagle football fans. We are live from Fayetteville, Arkansas. When I say we, I'm Darren. With me, as always, is the... We're going to go with winningest head coach in history of War Eagle basketball. Again, just because I like the way it works.
I like that word.
Coach Tom Olson is here with me next to me. And, Coach, the first thing we have to notice is that we are in much different accommodations than we usually are at this facility.
Yes, the mobile home on stilts is no longer here at Fayetteville, and we're actually in the box on the, I guess we'd say the home side of the stadium, and it's very nice.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's really cozy in here. They didn't give any extra space to the visitors over here, but for sure the much more modern than the one we had over there, which probably literally fell over. So we are here tonight. We are here for Fayetteville's senior night, and our War Eagles tonight, Coach, have a tough task in front of them. This is a Fayetteville Bulldogs team that was a perfect 13-0 and a state champion last year, beating Bentonville. They only have 2 blemishes this year, and those 2 blemishes were Texarkana by a score of 55-54. That's Texarkana, Texas. And then Bentonville got some revenge on them, came back and beat them 41-10 this year. But a very, very tough team we're coming into play on their senior night here in Fayetteville.
Yeah, and led by quarterback Gary Odom. That name might sound familiar to you as a former defensive coordinator for the University of Arkansas, and now I think at UNLV, Gary T. Odom. Garrett Odom. Thank you, Gaff. It's got some big numbers, 1,709 yards on the season, a 62% completion rate. That's pretty salty here in high school football to be up over in the 60s. So he's a guy I'm sure they're going to be flinging all over. However, there is some news that he's a little banged up, so he may not be able to be as mobile as normal. So anyway, he's a big factor for Fayetteville.
Yeah, for sure. And so this is a Fayetteville Bulldog team that a lot of points are on the board generally in both directions when they're out there. We see them average 420 yards of offense. They also give up 374 yards of offense. And they're better. They seem to be better when they throw the football. So this could be a situation where the War Eagles will be in position to have to score to keep up with. And we have been pretty efficient offensively as of late.
Yeah, and I think that's a bright spot on the season is the effectiveness of the offense. The defensive side of the ball has had some struggles, to say the least. And if you look at Fayetteville's numbers throughout the season, really only that loss to Bentonville was really the only time they've been kept in the below 35 points. Other than that, a 35-21 win over Springdale is their lowest output of the year. So you're going to see some points on the board, I'm sure, in this one.
Mentioned this was Fayetteville's senior night, and Coach, 38 seniors on this Fayetteville Bulldog football team. They were lined up with their families, and they were lined up from the 30 into the end zone on the other side. There's a lot of people, and obviously one of the, Fayetteville. I still haven't heard of a Fayetteville West or a Fayetteville South unless you told me about it. So a school that hasn't split yet. One of their advantages, they do have a big population advantage.
Yeah, no doubt, an enrollment that will put them in the top 5 in the state without a doubt. And as you drive down like I did, because I left Heritage late after a function at Heritage tonight, and you look at the populations, you go from 69 to 87 to almost 100,000 here in Fayetteville. So, yeah, quite a deal. And we'll pause for the
national anthem. Proud of the national anthem. And, Coach, we got an election coming up on Tuesday. So if you're out there and have not participated, there actually is still early voting available in some places on Monday. You have to check the location. And, of course, Tuesday, get out there and vote. My daughter, the oldest, actually got to vote for her first time today. We had to kind of nudge her to make sure she got up here on an early voting day, but that was kind of cool.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
For sure. And, again, we mentioned these Fayetteville Bulldogs, Coach, and they put a lot of points on the board, and most of it through the year. When they run the ball, it is generally with the senior running back, number 15, Christian Battles, 610 yards on the year, and then they have a couple receivers, Coach, that can be problems for sure.
Yeah, a young man named Jason Delamar, which is a familiar name to me, as his dad is one of our basketball coaches in our heritage system, and Jason is a fine baseball player as well as a really, really high-profile receiver of about 712 yards on the season, 46 receptions, which is big numbers, but the biggest one there is 10 touchdowns on the year, so he's a big play guy for Fayetteville.
And you mentioned a fine baseball player. He will be going to the University of Arkansas, which is, certainly Jason, he's an excellent athlete. He's an outfielder in the baseball program, and he's a problem outside. Katavion Taylor is another guy. He's a junior wide receiver wearing number 1, 42 catches, 618 yards, and 7 touchdowns himself. So you'll see those are the names you're probably going to hear for the most part tonight. And our War Eagles, we're heading out here to getting ready to take the toss. We have our captains tonight. Are going to be number 0, the quarterback, Dominic Castaneda. Rivers Ains wears number 17. Terrell Myers is out there. He in number 3. And Luis Cerrone, he of Homecoming King fame.
Yeah, he's a king.
And
here
number
comes
60
the king.
And he played it well, by the way. I don't know if you saw any of that. He played it. Of course, he had a football team supporting him along the way too, but he was certainly the showman out there. War Eagles are going to be wearing the whites tonight, white tops, white bottoms. Fayetteville will be in their traditional purple tops.
And 38 team captains tonight for Fayetteville as they walk out.
All of the seniors
are going to go out there to take the flip. And good for them. It looks like Garrett Odom. We're going to say Charlie Graves. Jackson Oliver. We laugh at that because there's 2 number 5s, and we're going to go with the first one we see. And also number 9, we're going to say Ty Mattingly.
Yeah, and just, have a little grace with us tonight, Coach, as if they don't have to always. But, again, one of the blessings of the population Fayetteville has is that many numbers have an offensive number and a defensive number, and, of course, they can't be on the field at the same time. Long story short, there's 2 number 1s, there's 2 number 2s, there's 2 number 3s, and we don't need any more challenges than we already have when looking at opposing rosters. But yeah, that's when they've got a roster as deep as they do. So we will certainly see that tonight as well. We are just over a minute away from kickoff. Fayetteville has won the toss. They will defer, and I think the War Eagles are going to be fine with that. We will take the football first, or we'll be receiving the kick. At least we've seen enough onside kicks this year. I'm hesitant to even say that, but Fayetteville will be kicking to us to kick this one off. As usual, I want to thank the staff here. Mr. Davenport's done a good job putting this together. We're getting some new equipment. You're going to hear from some of the team later on today down on the sideline. We got Carson Coleman, Marley Brown, and others. We'll be reporting on the sideline as we go further today. We got one more of these, Coach. It'll be our senior night next week. We'll have the Rogers Mounties come into town next week. A big night tonight in the district.
Yeah,
also.
No doubt. As Harbor at Rogers. Big game there as Rogers tries to keep pace to be in the top 2 or top 3 in the league.
And the league is really taking shape, right? So Fayetteville, if you look at the top of the league, the top 3 teams have all played each other. Bentonville's got wins over both of them. Fayetteville has beaten Rogers. Rogers has lost to both of those. They've been the clear top of the league
top
of the league thus far here in the West.
Yeah, and then Springdale, they've got a lot of speed. They've done some really nice things. They're right in there rocking in a real solid fourth in the league at 3-2. So
they've got Bentonville tonight. So they're in the 4 spot for sure. They haven't played the Bentonville Tigers. They will get that one tonight. And it's Springdale Harbor and Rogers tonight. And then the other game will be that's Northside and West. We'll be taking on that one as well. So the league really starting to take shape here. We've got a 9-team division here, Coach. So unlike the Central, it has 7. 6 of our 9 will wind up going. The task before the War Eagles simply would be we've got to win the next 2 to get there.
Win the next 2.
And a very difficult task playing 2 of the best teams in the league.
Yeah. But we do have what did we call these last week? The white helmets.
I like the new white helmets. They've got the eagle feathers, the feathers on the side. Yeah, these look really, really sharp.
Yeah, Jermaine last week he had a term for it, and now I can't remember what it is. It's not uncommon.
So Jermaine, if you're listening,
text us and tell us what the white helmets are.
For sure. War Eagles are going to be moving from right to left. Again, we are wearing all whites, including those new shiny white helmets that Coach Olson mentioned there as well. Deep to receive for us is Michael Hester. Back there also is Terrell Myers. And also a young man we've been seeing more of down the stretch, sophomore number 10, Jaden Cortez, is back there to receive as well. Bulldogs are getting ready to kick it off.
Nathan Keichel, K-A-C-H-E-L. We're going to say Keichel. Senior for Fayetteville is going to put the foot behind it here, and we're going to be off here in just a split second.
On yet another gorgeous night for football. We're now into November, and I saw 73 degrees driving around today.
Yes, a little chilly this morning.
And some good seats available.
Yes.
So if you're out and about, come on down and see us. That one goes into the end zone for a touchback. War Eagles are going to take it at their own 20-yard line. And, Coach, we've had some good success when we've been balanced on offense with a little bit of run mixed in with some pass. Dominic Castaneda has been improved and matured as a quarterback down the stretch. We need to see that tonight if we're going to get some points.
And last time we were here, Carter Hensley was quarterbacking, and we were able to move the ball and had some success there. Icy White. Jermaine comes through with the icy white.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening in, Jermaine. We're going to start off. There's a give to Hester, and Hester's got good yardage across the 25 to the 28. He will be brought down there, but a good gain on first down. Again, we mentioned this is a Fayetteville team will play. We'll call it the equivalent of basketball on grass, right?
That's
they play
right.
They play fast on both sides.
Yes,
and there will be the opportunity to put some yards and some points on them. You're just going to have to
slow them down.
You're going to have to find a way to score every time to keep up with them, and that's the challenge when you play these guys.
But 2nd and 1 with a nice run by Hester, and Heritage is
high snap. Castaneda is going to keep it, had it in the belly of Hester, but he's going to be hit behind the line. That's going to be a loss of about 2.
And Dominic had to deal with kind of an errant snap there, and really threw off the timing there of that run, that second kind of read option play.
Exactly.
But still a manageable 3rd down and what looks to be about 4 yards.
Looks to be 4 for sure.
What the freak?
Danny Baserto over here with Julian Castaneda on this side. Julian's been much more involved in the passing game. Quarterback sweep looks like to the right side. Dom's going to take it, go to the 25, 26. He's going to be hit and drop there. So after a promising gain on first down, nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd, and the War Eagles look to bring in the punting unit.
Yeah, and it was kind of it almost looked like one of those, option runs, option pass, and he had Hester out in front of him, but he was covered up quickly, and then Fayetteville Speed just kind of overwhelmed. And that's going to be no gain. 4th down, Heritage.
Deep in single safety, return the punt is either Landon Holzhauer or Mathis Brady. Number 4. Hester's punt. Get it on the ground and be fielded. War Eagles are going to swarm him under at the 40-yard line. River Zane's down there to make that stop, and that's where Fayetteville is going to take it over. 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. Purple Dogs will be moving from left to right if you're listening to us, not watching us. And again, the quarterback is Garrett Odom. He's a senior. Where's number 7? Give on first down, pursued well by the War Eagles. That is Caleb Johnson on the carry. Sloan Hollis on the stop.
Evan Gordon in there as well, and a nice start for the Heritage defense.
Yeah.
With a negative play right off the bat, making it 2nd and 11.
Now back to pass on this one is Odom. He's going to be flushed. Good pressure by that War Eagle defense. He's going to throw it across or down on the sideline. He's got a man. That is Delamar. He's going to have it complete into War Eagle territory across the 45 to the 44. It'll be first down for the Bulldogs.
Delamar, which seems to be a young man with some speed, he was getting a bit of a cushion there and was able to come back and make that reception for a big gain for Fayetteville. It's going to be first down at the Heritage 39-yard line.
Here's a give, another little end around for Fayetteville. War Eagles are going to chase him down. There's 2 flags on the play. That's got to be an illegal block of some sort. Terrell Myers is going to bring down the ball carrier. That's Charlie Graves. 2 penalty markers.
Normally the high school
that is a hold.
High school athlete that looks around and puts his palms toward the sky is usually the guy that has done something against the rules, and that's exactly what happened right there. The old palms up, and they got him on a hold.
It was one thing, too, when there's one flag, maybe even you and I don't even pick it up. But, no, at the point of attack, 2 flags going down there. I mean, you have a pretty good idea of what's going on there. So a 10-yard penalty erases a pretty good gain. Bulldogs have it now back in their own territory. Odom's going to throw it out. That's Delamar again. There's another flag down on the play. Up to make the tackle was Terrell Myers. There was some engagement with the receiver and the defensive back out there.
And another flag comes out late.
That is another hold, and that one had 3 flags targeted in the general direction. That will be another loss of 10 yards on the play. It's still going to be first down. Actually, they're going to give them a little bit of yardage downfield. It's going to be 1st and 25-ish.
When we were in the old booth there and we used to have to look through a window out the end of the building to see the scoreboard, this is a lot nicer setup.
Odom throwing the ball deep. He's got a receiver, hits him in stride, past the defense. That's Katavion Taylor. 1st and 25, not an issue for the Bulldogs. Touchdown, Fayetteville. Ball thrown perfectly in stride to the receiver, Katavion Taylor. We mentioned he's the guy that 616 yards and now 8 touchdowns on the year.
And a beautiful throw by Odom, right on the money, right in stride, as you said, Gaff. And touchdown Bulldogs, making it 6-0.
The extra point attempt is no good with sound effects off the upright.
No.
9 minutes to go in this one. And, Coach, I want to take just a moment to recognize and remember an absolute local icon, both in the community and to athletics. We lost Gary Jackson this week suddenly. Gary Jackson of Hyde Jackson Associates. I know you and I remember Gary sitting on scorers tables when we were playing all the many years ago, and they've had an impact in this community like no other. Hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars being raised for the athletic program. Obviously, Brian is still, his son is currently on Booster Club boards and stays very active. Just a tremendous loss, and our thoughts are with the family.
Yeah, no doubt, and just a guy that, if you're in the community for the last 40 years and something's going on, Gary Jackson was there and supportive, and just a sad week for all of us in the loss of Mr. Jackson, a big supporter of all Rogers athletics.
For sure. Actually, I made the statement today that I do not know if I would volunteer for all the things I volunteered for if I had not seen that pattern by people like Gary Jackson. and just
the model he set.
We love the family. They've been friends of ours for years and decades, and just think of him again.
Yeah.
Just an immeasurable loss, and thank you to Jacksons for all that they've done for us.
Yes.
Another touchback for the War Eagles as we're back to football. Fake handoff. Castaneda over the right side. He's going to gain just a couple on the play. Going to be stopped by that Fayetteville defense.
I guess it's a pack of Bulldogs. Is that what you'd say?
You could say that.
Pack of Bulldogs.
It was a number of them for sure. Fake the handoff in there to Evan Gordon. Tried to go opposite, a little counter action. Bulldogs weren't having any of it. It's 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8, Gaff. There it is.
2nd and 8. Again, Castaneda, a little bit of a RPO triple option look. Fayetteville have it covered up. He's going to be dropped for a loss. That's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play. We're back to the 17-yard line, and War Eagles now behind schedule, behind the chains, Coach.
Yeah, not a place you want to be on 3rd down in your own territory, and a lot of speed out there for the Purple Dogs, and that's just been kind of overwhelming us here early in our first 2 series.
Oh, that's his 300 committed 6'7" nose guard.
Castaneda back to pass. He's going to be flushed. Now throws off the other foot. An excellent play by the Fayetteville defender. It is taken away by Mathis Brady, the senior. Great adjustment on the ball by the defender. Bulldogs pick it off, return it all the way back inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. There is another flag down there at the end of that play.
2 of them. And
flags coming in multiples.
Mathis Brady there with a lot of range coming from his safety position. Came across the field and kind of undercut Myers. And
there's a block in the back on Fayetteville. They're going to keep the ball, but that's going to back it up. Yeah, a good route run by Myers, and it's going to be a completion. Again, a great adjustment by Brady to just take it away from us, and it's going to be Bulldog football here at the 35-yard line. Odom's the quarterback. Running back next to him is Caleb Johnson. He goes out in motion. Fake to him, then give on a reverse. That's to Charlie Graves. We're chasing him towards the end zone. Not going to get him. Little misdirection, trickeration, touchdown, Bulldogs.
And untouched. And a nice play design and a lot of trickery, misdirection, eye candy.
A lot of window dressing.
Yes, they did. Caleb Johnson, motions out to the left, and then they come back to the right with the end around to Graves, and really more people there than we had in touchdown Fayetteville.
Extra point attempt is up and good. 13-0 your score, 7:24 to go. We will pause for just a minute. We'll be right back here at Fayetteville with more War Eagle football. And we are back and live. Another kickoff attempt for Nathan Cackle. High and deep into the end zone for a touchdown, or a touchback, excuse me. War Eagles are going to take it at the 20-yard line once again.
Well, first things first, Darren, and that's find a way to get a first down. And let's just string a few first downs together and see what happens. Right now, we've been unable to just stay between the sticks Fayetteville speed and size has been a little too much, but maybe some misdirections or something to get something going in our favor. We really need to kind of stop the bleeding here.
Castaneda's got Hester to his right. Motion to trips away from us. Little play action into the flat. That's Myers. Myers is going to be very close to first down yardage with the spot. They're going to give it to him. Give him 11, and there is that first down you're looking for, Coach.
And Castaneda really made a really nice play under some really hot, heavy pressure and made a really great throw to Myers there.
And what I like about it, designed to get it out of his hands quick, get it on the edge. Terrell's been making plays for you. Just well done by the War Eagle coaches.
Yeah, I think you got to take advantage of a team that's kind of a little bit overconfident and has some speed to kind of maybe lure them into some using their speed to take them out of the play.
There's a give inside. That's Hester. Going to gain a yard and run right into a Fayetteville Bulldog. Jaden Holt.
But a positive play. Bringing up 2nd and 9. And we'll say a short 9. I always like that. And you hear that on Sunday.
Certainly
it's
a short 9 for
long
sure.
4, short 4. This is a short 9 as it's almost 2nd and 8.
Inside give, hit immediately, spins out of it. Then a nice run by Michael, turned what could have been a 2-yard loss into about a 3-yard gain.
He looked like one of those tops. You remember those tops?
Oh,
we used
you
to
like
spin, run into each other,
run into the books and like spin off of
and
there,
bounce off, and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's pure B button if you're playing on the Xbox at home. He had a little bit of help, I think, from a Bulldog expediting that spin.
Yes.
But a really nice effort by Michael. Back to pass and looking right is Castaneda. He is going deep down the right side. That one's going to fall incomplete. Was intended for Terrell. Kenyon Johnson was in coverage for Fayetteville. He actually almost made a play on the ball, the defensive back himself, and that's going to bring us to 4th and 7. War Eagle punting unit comes back on.
Yeah, and I think they, give Terrell a chance to make a play there, but he was bracketed by 2 Bulldog defenders.
And we've seen some success with going to Terrell in those type of situations and letting him win those 50-50 balls.
And that's going to be offsides on Fayetteville.
And that may cause us to reconsider at 4th and
we're at a 4th
short
and
3,
7.
long 2.
Well, that, doing the math would be 4th and 2, and I'd be willing to take a chance here because I don't see us slowing down Fayetteville's offense
You're going to have
much.
to score with them, but I totally and here comes the punting unit off the field, and the War Eagle offense is going to come back on. You see wholesale substitutions on both sides. They have not started the play clock yet. They know referees knew this might have been a possibility. Here they go. Now they start winding the watch. Castaneda's got Evan Gordon to his left. We need the 41, Coach.
41. Let's get the 50 or the 51 while we're at it.
And we're going to take a timeout. We had some confusion in going from punt to offense. Late coming on. We'll take a timeout here. Get another word from War Eagle TV. Be back in just a moment. And we are back again. Special
and
thanks. We're going to get
offsides.
back-to-back offsides penalties. Going to give us a first down. And again, that ad out there by Hyde Jackson Associates. And again, that's easy to pull, Coach. That they basically sponsor every single team that we run. And again, just thanks for those guys. And again, just will continue to think of their family and the loss of Gary. Just, again, great guy, great family, great organization. Back to pass on a new set of downs is Castaneda. He is looking deep for Myers again. That ought to get a flag, and it does. The ball is picked off, and I hope he enjoys his jog. That is going to be defensive pass interference.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was an interesting play. It looked like the kid for Fayetteville just pushed him, like two-hand shoved him.
Just grabbed him.
Just before the ball got there.
Just grabs him. Pass interference. That's going to be 15 yards and another War Eagle first down. So, Coach, you mentioned stringing some first downs together. There's 3 of them. We're now in Bulldog territory.
Yes. Another first down.
Yeah, I think that was critical just to give Heritage a little confidence. Sports in general at any level, there's a lot of momentum and a lot of psychology to it, and if and just the motivation of being down big because the defense is struggling can really affect your offense.
Castaneda rolls to the right, throws back across his body, a completion, but a short one. That one is to Julian Castaneda.
It looked like they were trying to kind of sneak him back out against all that, with all that traffic over there, almost a little ISO receiver play coming back to the middle of the field, but he was unable to get out of there.
2-yard gain, Coach, and a War Eagles 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Just rolls off the tongue.
And that's a real 8. It's not a short or long 8. It's just a real 8.
2 running backs in the backfield. Little triple option look. Get it to Terrell Myers on the pitch. Going to have another positive gain of about 2.
Bruised.
3rd down and 6.
Never.
Little running back swap.
Yeah,
New offensive package in the game.
Yeah, and again, plenty of time on the play clock. Let things settle here a little bit and see if you can get them to jump off sides again.
That was close. He jumped very close.
Yeah.
Did not get in the neutral zone.
Yeah. Again, that's
back to pass. Looking for left for Julian Castaneda. He went down to get it. They say no and incomplete. Julian doesn't like it. He thought he might have got his hands underneath it, but they say incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down and 7, and would totally expect the War Eagles to be going for it here in Bulldog territory.
And you got to believe that he was that's the right. Another
Fayetteville penalty. Coach Casey Dick and the staff have got to be about livid. 15-yard penalty on a personal foul.
Well, I know we don't have those stats. We won't have them tonight, but is that 50 yards in penalties on this drive?
I mean, 30
40?
on 2, and you got 2 offsides back-to-back.
40.
It's 40 yards on 4 penalties, leading to 3 of the War Eagle 4 first downs. There's a give to Hester. There's spin move again. B button only got him 1 on that occasion.
It looks
Rhett
like
Tidwell, number 9, has made a bunch of plays already. He's been very active. He is one of those 38 Fayetteville Bulldog seniors. That's a loss of 3 on the play. And he honestly made a pretty good move to only lose 3.
Yeah, it was really a nice play by him in regards to the situation he was in.
Back to pass is Castaneda. He's got rushed. Free blitzer off the end was Will Price. Fayetteville brought one more than we were prepared to block. Another loss on the play. 3rd down and 17.
Yeah, Castaneda did it. He saw him. He just didn't have anything to do with the ball.
No time to do anything with. Couldn't run away from him.
Protect the ball and take the sack is not always the worst thing that could happen. We have we have some quality sound equipment here at Fayetteville.
Right next to us.
Next to us.
Yeah, was that north side? We had the speaker, we had to close the windows up. It was right over our head. Timeout Heritage. on the 3rd and long. We want to get this one right. We will pause and be back for this 3rd down play here in just a moment.
Is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
And we are back. Is this Bulldog Stadium, Coach? Is that what we got? We are in Fayetteville. A big 3rd and 17 for the War Eagles coming up.
I guess.
Two wide receivers the far side of your screen. Castaneda is the quarterback. Evan Gordon, the halfback, on his right hip. And we're going to get another jump. Offsides on Fayetteville. 3rd and 17 is going to turn to 3rd and a short 12.
But now a short gain almost puts it into a manageable 4th down situation.
Absolutely.
So the 5 yards was big. And the 45th yard on penalties on Fayetteville this drive.
Back to pass. Castaneda looking towards the end zone. One-on-one coverage there. Was looking for Myers again. That one picked off again. There's another penalty marker down. This return by Mathis Brady, his second. And now we've got 2 post-play penalties. These could both go against Fayetteville.
What was intercepted? They're coming back this way.
So we're going to have a hold at the 21-yard line.
Some type of legal block back here.
Exactly. And then you're going to add to it in all likelihood with the personal foul penalty, if that's what that is.
The only thing I don't know is if we go both ways on this personal foul down here. I think this is more of a...
If that's a post-play, it would be added to it.
You'd take them both. You would take them both.
This is during, that's post. Any way you cut it, the ball's going to be way back here at the 10-yard line.
That's exactly what the officials are talking about right now.
Well, one guy's got a piece of paper out. I mean, he's having to probably do the math.
I think that may be because it's an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
If it's unsportsmanlike, then
he's needing it to do the math on how many yards he's got to
You can only get 2 of those. So block in the back is the first one, which we got.
Dear God, I got it. I'm killing this.
So offsetting unsportsmanlike penalties. So that one kind of got him off the hook. Evidently got a retaliation there. We got both guys chirping a little bit after the end of that play. So Fayetteville will keep the ball. The 10-yard penalty is going to back them up to, it looks like, the 15. There were 2 flags down. One was at the 21. The other one was at the 25. So they're going to give them. No, they are going back to the 11. Maybe there were 2 blocks in the back on play.
I think there was 2 flags, but 1 penalty on that, and the one side judge had it marked at the 20, and then mine or something like that. Yeah, they had it marked at the 20, 10-yard penalty, and here we go, 1st and 10 from the 10. But the white hat's in the wrong place, so hold on here just a moment.
Took a minute, as you mentioned. He had to get his scribble pad out to write down the players responsible for the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Figuring out the negative yards there, and with the penalty situation, he had to do some math.
They throw it out on the edge. It's caught by Katavion Taylor. He's going to be tackled on the play by Cohen Smith and Jake Stout. It's a gain of 14 on the play, however, and a first down for the Bulldogs. New tailback in the game for Fayetteville is Christian Battles. He is the leading ball carrier on the season. They fake it to him again. Good pressure by the War Eagles. Odom makes them both miss. He's going to cross the 35, be forced out of bounds. Samuel Klein is going to push him towards Sammy Sideline, and Sammy Sideline is going to make the play at about the 38-yard line.
Sammy hasn't missed a tackle in his
Perfect.
career. Well, I mean, Odom looked pretty nifty on that run, so the thought process that he's kind of banged up a little bit, he sure doesn't show it here this evening.
Got flushed by a couple different War Eagles. Out on the edge to Delamar. Delamar's, he's going to be tackled by 4 War Eagles. Jake Stout's involved in that play.
Me, 2nd and 3.
Joseph, is that Crowell or is that 48? It's actually 48 Martin, not 46 Crowell. I believe Crowell actually was injured earlier in the week. I don't even know if he's available this week. So that was Landon Martin. 2nd down and 2. Back to pass. Fayetteville looking deep. Terrell Myers makes a break on a play. Ball pops out at the very end. Nice play by Myers. That was intended for Ty Mattingly. Broken up. The two of them just fought for it for a moment, and the ball popped out at the end.
Yeah, it almost looked like Myers had it, and Mattingly grabbed it and became the D-back. But anyway, he cut it 3rd down and 3, Fayetteville.
We mentioned they love to throw it. Coach is former Razorback quarterback Casey Dick. A lot of times those guys like to throw it around a bit.
They like to throw it.
There's a fake, and Odom's going to go up the middle. He's at the 25, the 20. He's going to be dragged down. I believe that's River Zanes, but not before he goes inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. And as you mentioned, if he's hurt, it's not affecting his confidence of running the football.
No, he's had a couple big runs on this drive alone, and it's Fayetteville's knocking on the door.
1 minute to go in this opening quarter.
Heritage 14-yard line.
Rolling to the right, looking towards the end zone. Has a receiver. No signal yet. Caught. Touchdown, Charlie Graves. Rolling to his right. Throws the ball in a place only Charlie Graves could get it. Well executed and a touchdown for Fayetteville.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Odom, and then just really patient. He's got himself going in the right direction and laid it right in there for a touchdown for Fayetteville.
Extra point attempt by Cackle is good. Only blemish thus far is the missed extra point. Fayetteville's had it 3 times. They've scored 3 times. We've got 46 seconds left to go in this opening quarter. Fayetteville 20. War Eagles nothing, about to get the ball back. And, Coach, we knew that we were going to have to score points to keep up with them. We expected that.
No doubt. A lot of speed, a lot of good receivers. And obviously Odom is a quality quarterback. They got some guys up front. They're a contender without a doubt. I think their blemish in the conference to Bentonville was really just maybe even unforeseen by them. But it was a 35 to.
I mean, it'll be interesting what the postseason brings. They both got there a year ago. Bryant and Conway are destroying people in the Central, so it'll be interesting to see if those are the way the 4 byes go. It's going to be difficult. If Fayetteville gets this one, it's going to be Rogers couldn't even catch them. It would be Bentonville and Fayetteville receiving the 1-2 seeds, just like a year ago. That ball is going to bounce.
And luckily fall into the end zone.
And on the second bounce is going to trickle into the end zone for a touchback. War Eagles are going to have it again at the 20. 46 seconds left to go here in this opening quarter. Going to have a special sideline report coming up here at the end of this first quarter of play, as Mr. Davenport and team just keep working hard to make this broadcast better and better and better. I can't wait to see what we're going to have in store for basketball, Coach.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Can we put a live mic on Coach Olson at basketball games? That would certainly boost some ratings.
Well, maybe. I'd like to keep my job.
That would be in conflict, for sure.
I mean, my real job. Oh, boy.
Back to passes, Castaneda. He is chased and dropped. Ball is fumbled. Was it recovered by the Bulldogs? It is. Pressure was caused by Jaden Holt. Fayetteville's going to get it back with one more possession here in this opening quarter at the 12-yard line. Castaneda, their coach, just running for his life and just got chased down.
Yeah, there's no slowing the defensive line down. with our guys up front, and the guys coming on the edge are just faster than anybody we have, and Castaneda has no time, and he's trying to make a play there and gets it knocked away. So good play by Fayetteville. It's going to be their ball at our 12-yard line, 1st and 10.
2 running backs in the ball game. They are going to give it to one of them. That's Battles. Battles is going to be hit by Landon Martin. He has some help. He's going to drag him down at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. 21 seconds left to go in this one. Fayetteville could let the quarter run out, but it looks like they're going to go quickly.
They're going to want to stay with the win tonight.
Inside give. Zanes, nice play by River Zanes, is going to chase down the running back, Caleb Johnson. 6-5, and that is the way this first quarter is going to end. So, Bulldogs, 3 scores in this opening quarter. Again, we are going to take it down to our sideline reporter, Carson Coleman, for an update. Hello, Carson.
That's in the first quarter.
What's up, War Eagles? I'm Carson Coleman here at Harmon Stadium. Our War Eagles are playing tough tonight, but to be able to come back, we need to play consistently on both sides of the ball, both defense and offense. Offensively, we are moving the ball very well, but we just need to stay consistent at all times. That is the end of our first quarter. We'll be back for the second quarter. Go War Eagles!
Awesome work right there, Carson. We will take a quick break, and we'll be back for the second quarter right after this.
Did he tell you that it was good? Oh, the whole team is here.
Second quarter, a little wildcat formation. Katavion Taylor, the quarterback, with a fake, rushes it into the end zone. 4th touchdown on 4 possession for the Bulldogs. 20 becomes 26 quickly, Coach.
Yes, and obviously you can't turn it over in any sport. In any sport where there's turnovers, you can't turn it over if you want to have a chance to win, and the turnover really set up a short field. And
we've got 3 of them.
And 3 turnovers, and that's going to make it 27.
Extra point attempt is up and good. Hey, first of all, how good was Carson Coleman with that sideline report down there?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good for one of our kids. It's
absolutely.
A lot of energy there with Carson Coleman.
And obviously, she's alluding to the fact that we got to work on both sides of the ball. What did you think about the comment? Just the balance we need on both edges.
Yeah, I think that is no truer words have ever been said in any sport. We got to defend and we got to offend.
And I think what's interesting is one can generally feed the other. If you're actually controlling the ball offensively, it would help your defense out to rest a little bit. As you mentioned, if you have turnovers or negative plays like that, that prevents that from happening.
No doubt. I mean, how much easier was it to pitch Gaff in your career when you had a 7-run lead compared to when you were down 3-1?
Well, for sure. It helped when I had, Tom Olson over there scooping balls up on.
It helped. If I was pitching, we'd need about 14 runs. But
anyway, we talk about momentum too, Coach. Like it is a hard thing to describe, but when momentum has such an impact in really, primarily in football and basketball more than anything, just because of the crowd involvement in sports. But boy, when things get rolling in the wrong direction, like you've got to have something spectacular happen to turn that around.
Yeah, no doubt. It really takes something. Some kind of big change to really change momentum. Sometimes a team will do you a favor and do it to themselves by being overconfident or or doing something stupid and
Little
all of a
heat
sudden,
check on the perimeter.
yeah,
somebody
and
shoot
all
a
of a
three
sudden
they
they
shouldn't
shoot yourself
Yeah.
right out of the momentum, and then you're trying to find it again. And obviously Fayetteville here has got all kinds of momentum here at the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, and what you mentioned before, too, is we need to just string some more first downs together. Here's a give to Evan Gordon. Evan, he was hit just about the line of scrimmage and fights forward. Evan Gordon, a junior, number 20. Good-looking halfback.
Yeah,
I like Evan a lot.
I think so. I think, and he's a junior. I think he's looking forward to a really good year, his senior year.
Yeah, plays on both ends for us. He had a lot of tackles last week from an outside linebacker position as well. And another hard count and another offsides. I can tell the Fayetteville coaching staff has a new theory on this and a new strategy for this. There are people being removed from the ball game after
and they're not
penalties.
waiting. And they're not
no,
waiting.
it was immediately. It's almost a young man, Barnes, number 95. He almost was heading off the field before he was being told to.
Yeah.
I think he knew that one was coming. So
You jump
certainly
offside, you come out.
trying to send a message to the Bulldogs here. Second and short, jump cut by Gordon, but he had a man to avoid in the backfield. That was Grayson Shepard. It's going to be a loss of 1.5 on the play. Third and very manageable. Third and 3, coach. Need to stay on the field right here.
Got to keep your defense off the field for a little while anyway.
Julian Castaneda is the receiver to the right or to the left, far side of the field. Terrell Myers is here. Danny Basurto is in the slot. Fake the give to Hester. Castaneda fighting towards first down yardage. He's going to be marked short. They've got him at the 29-yard line. Going to be 4th and 1.
Dax Horton, Red Tidwell, and Cole Mobley on the tackle.
Into the game. Don't know if Dominic got banged up on that play. In comes sophomore Braden Carroll to play quarterback on this 4th and 1.
Welcome to the
ball game.
Welcome to the jungle, sophomore. 4th and 1 on your side of the field, down 27-0. But this is it's what it is.
He's a young man with a bunch of confidence. I don't think that will impact him so much. We'll see. They do give the straight give to Gordon, and Evan is going to fight forward. Looking at, depending on who's spotting it. The far side official has it right on the 30 now. I think the near side's going to give him to him. They're going to give him first down
That's
yardage.
a first down.
Good fight right there by Gordon, who was hit at the line of scrimmage and got his pads low and just willed himself for a yard to get that first down, Coach.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy because they got it at the 20 and the ball is at the 30. So, I mean, first down. And you're right, Gaff. I mean, just a physical run there with not a lot of space, and Evan was able to power his way into a first down and keep the ball for another few minutes anyway.
Quick return to the ball game by Castaneda. I wonder if his helmet popped off or something. I didn't see it. It was a curious time to just trot the young sophomore out on purpose. I don't think that was the case. I think he had a little injury that he recovered from quickly. There's Gordon. Gordon did lose a helmet and has to leave a play. Gain of about 2.5 on the play. It's second down. 9:05 to go in this half. Looking to the right, trying to set up a little screen pass for Hester. Read well and dropped first by the defensive back for Fayetteville. That was Grayson Jerry.
And then Jackson Oliver came from his defensive tackle position to kind of clean things up. And
Jackson Oliver is a large bag of groceries.
And it looks like he could clean things up if he wanted to.
He's a large child right on that nose tackle. Where's number 99? He's got all the gear and the sleeves and that kind of stuff. He looks like somebody just dressed him on Madden. You can tell he's a big-time player. Castaneda.
And he was in there.
Throws it.
In a shot there from his nose tackle position to disrupt that. So 4th down, and the punting unit comes on.
It was an out route to Terrell. And, again, I think, you mentioned to Coach if he had another half a second to plant and throw there. Myers ran a good route. Would have had a completion right at first down yardage.
He just couldn't step into the throw.
Hester back to punt again. Then Holzhauer. Deep to return. Another purple number 4. Hester lucky to get that one away. Ball's going to be picked up. Across the 40 to the 45-yard line, and a whole bunch of War Eagles. There's Isaiah Yeager, Santiago Cortez involved, Peyton Wooten, Julian Castaneda.
A wad of them.
And Hester even looks like he got a piece of that. That's from his punting position. That's pretty significant. Ball's at the 45-yard line. First down for the Bulldogs.
$7:57 here left in the second quarter.
We're getting pretty close to you going to work, Coach. When does that go down?
November 14th. A couple weeks away. Oh, no.
Little screen pass to Delamar.
Sorry.
It was set up well.
Just, my own
On the edge, that would be Samuel Klein coming up and making a nice play. It prevented a possible big gain. Second down and only 1.
We were ineffective stopping the tunnel screen last week against West, and there were 3 big plays on that.
It's all right. Sam said, "I got you." Back to Delamar again. Stop route. He crosses the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Odom in rhythm to Delamar. First down, Bulldogs. They give him the 25 because they like putting the balls on the big stripe, so it's easy to tell if they get a first
I do
down.
too. I think that is. I think they like keeping it on even numbers, even though the 25 is not an even number. But
Northside 15, West nothing. How's that one?
Northside, we saw them. They've got some ability.
Another flag down, and that
tailbacks
one's thrown in the direction of Fayetteville. That is going to be a false start on the Bulldogs.
Who does Fayetteville play next week? Springdale?
I'm not sure who they got last, but we can look that up, Coach.
I think Fayetteville, Springdale, or Fayetteville Harbor. Yeah, they played Springdale last week.
They're the one without a true rivalry, so.
Yeah, so.
Theoretically, it could be, well, we've got 9. Never mind.
No, there's only 8 in football.
That's correct. Yeah, yep.
And
Christian Battles.
Battles with the carry. What looks to be a first down. It's going to be second and short after the 13-yard run by Battles. So it'll be Fayetteville Harbor next week. By looking at their schedule, they haven't played them yet. And there's one
deducting
game
across the path, or across the middle. The pass is complete to Delamar. Again, an elite athlete is Jason Delamar. He has another touchdown.
And Fayetteville's going to lead their offense up.
Fayetteville's going to go for 2, and there is logic and reason behind this. Because 35 is different than 34 in high school football.
Yes, but not in the first half.
Nope.
But if you're Fayetteville and you're playing to win a state championship or win the conference, you're going to take and make this game as
Pass
easy as
over
you can.
into the flat. Uncovered was Charlie Graves for a 2-point conversion, and that's going to get to 35. It is 6:35 to go here in this second quarter. Bulldogs score again. They make up for the missed extra point with a 2-point conversion. It is 35-0. We'll be back in just a minute. Back to kick it off. Fayetteville, this one into that north breeze. Not going to quite get to the end zone. Terrell Myers takes it at about the 2. Crosses the 15 to the 20. Hit hard and dropped there by Jax Tidwell. Rhett Tidwell has been making a number of plays as a senior. Jax is a sophomore, and judging by the reaction of the stands, I imagine that'll be Jax making a play as a sophomore. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct against Fayetteville.
Again,
As good as they've been on the field, it has been extremely sloppy as well. And there he is. Referee bringing the notebook out again. Because, again, you can only get one of those. Your second unsportsmanlike conduct, you are asked to leave
and
the
out
facility.
you go, right?
You'd like to think that wouldn't be a huge factor in high school football, but here we are.
Well, and then in a game where it's 35-0 in the first half, I mean,
inside give to Hester. He runs right into Jackson Oliver.
Michael Hester on the carry, tackled by Jackson Oliver.
Hit for a loss on the play. Kind of gives him an extra shove at the end even.
Second down at 10.
yeah, Oliver was at what I think you'd call it his right defensive tackle position and was able to shred several blockers.
Both. Yeah, for sure.
Shred and shed. He was shredding them, and then he was shedding them, and got to Hester. And 5'9", 160-pound Michael Hester, not much of a match for one Jackson Oliver.
And that's just physics. Once he gets his hands on him. Back to pass. Castaneda is going to be flushed, and that nice dump off to Hester. Michael trying to stay on his feet, but he's going to be tripped up at the 40-yard line. That time, Coach Hester kind of stayed in to block and then leaked out, and Dominique did a good job. Dominique did a good job.
A nice screen pass. Took advantage of over-aggressive defense. And Mathis Brady really a big gain saving tackle there. He made a tackle and took one leg out. Had he not, it could have been a really, really big gain for Heritage and maybe a little momentum as we talked about.
3rd and 4. Timeout, War Eagles once again. Big down, they want to talk about it, make sure they get it right. We will take a quick break. We're going to bring that big 3rd down and 4 to you right after this. That Heritage Hype video, it is 3rd down and 4. Looking left, Castaneda has a man, got him. Terrell Myers has 1st down yardage up to the 48-yard line. Good throw and catch on a slant route right there by Castaneda to Terrell.
Castaneda, again, he's really improved over last season. He's got better footwork. He's got a better release. He makes better decisions, and a lot of credit to him to keep working. And you can see him; he's got an ankle injury there that he's fighting through. So, he's a competitive kid.
Motion man is Terrell Myers. Looking his way, it's going to be picked off again by Mathis Brady. Flags all over the place. Brady goes into the end zone for a pick-6 touchdown. 3 flags are all together in the area here on the 24. That's potential maybe blindside, crackback, block.
Yeah, I would.
But young Mathis Brady is having a day, Coach.
He is.
That's 3 picks. You mentioned the tackle he made just on the edge here a while ago. So it's a block in the back. So that's actually going to, Fayetteville will keep possession of the ball, take the touchdown off the board. So Mathis' day not quite as good, thanks to one of his friends with a block in the back. But Fayetteville's going to keep it in War Eagle territory. They spot it just inside the 35-yard line. We have 4:02 to go, and we see a quarterback change for the Bulldogs. Number 12 in the ball game is Cruz Coatney. He is a sophomore.
And a good idea. I mean, we're talking about state playoffs, state championships, talking about conference championships. Fayetteville is in control of this one, and they're going to need every hand on deck to win it. And let's get everybody ready.
And actually what I like about it from their standpoint, there's the give to Caleb Johnson. Another flag is down. The game was down to the 15-yard line. Flag thrown by the back judge.
That might be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask against the War Eagles. They're going to move it half the distance of the goal. What I was saying, what I actually like about it from Fayetteville's standpoint is like the other regulars are in the ball game. So a lot of times, you know, what I always didn't like when I'd get to play basketball, Coach, is we put all of us bad guys in together when the game was over, and then you all look bad because now now here he is, a young sophomore quarterback. He's out there with the ones, so he has an opportunity to get some reps and improve that way better.
Yeah,
too.
no doubt. And again, there's a good chance they'll need him.
Give broken tackle, Caleb Johnson, touchdown Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are pulling away kind of at will here, Coach.
Yeah, there's not been much
Another
resistance.
flag down. There's a flag down at the 4. Oh, they picked that one up. A little Bronx cheer applause from the Fayetteville crowd, who I think are kind of tired of seeing penalty flags themselves. Touchdown is good. Bulldogs get to 41. Touchdown again was the junior running back, Caleb Johnson.
And again, the running game has been a problem area all year for Heritage. And once again here tonight, either from a quarterback keep, Garrett Odom had probably 30, 50 yards rushing in his short stint. And then they step in here with number 2, Caleb Johnson, and he steps in for a touchdown.
Extra point attempt is up and good. Bulldogs have scored every time they've had the football. 3:37 remaining here in this first half. Fayetteville 42, War Eagles nothing. And, Coach, we knew we had a tall task coming in here tonight, and the Bulldogs haven't disappointed offensively.
No, and I think they've really got nice balance. Obviously, they've got talent at the wide receiver positions. They've got guys that can run the ball, and a quarterback that it makes, really, really good decisions. And he's got some athleticism and some arm talent, and so they've got a lot of pieces. And
War Eagle kickoff return team back to work. Michael Hester is deep. Terrell Myers is back there. Also, Jaden Cortez deep to receive this kickoff. Last one in this direction didn't get all the way to end zone. This one high, end over end. Going to land 2 yards deep in the end zone. That's where it's going to stay for a touchback. War Eagles are going to have it at the 20-yard line. And Coach, we'd just love to, again, just see us put something together here.
Right. Yeah, just something positive, something move the sticks. And
we do have a quarterback change. Braden Carroll, the sophomore, number 13, he came in the one play on the fourth down play. He's now in the ball game. There's a give to Gordon. Gordon tries to bounce outside, unable to do so. Over on that edge, it looks like.
And a flag on the play.
Will Caston on the tackle and the flag on the play. At the point of the tackle, could be a hold on the edge. Could have spun him down with a face mask. We'll find out. It is a 5-yard face mask.
15 yards.
15. He didn't give the personal foul call. That confused me for a second, but that's going to be another first down for the War Eagles via penalty, and they are ready to go. Young Braden Carroll looking to go fast. And Carroll's a young guy. You mentioned arm talent. Braden's a guy with a strong arm. Has a lot of confidence in that arm. Here's a give to Gordon. Gordon breaks through the line of scrimmage. He's going to cross the 45. He's going to have another first down up to the 47-yard line. Back-to-back runs by Gordon. Back-to-back first downs. War Eagles 3 yards away from Bulldog territory.
Yeah, really nice run by Evan. And I think Fayetteville expecting pass with the sophomore quarterback in, but it's been all Gordon.
Give again, little jump cut. He hits the edge. He's across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back-to-back carries for Gordon and back-to-back-to-back first downs.
He does a really nice job, they used to hear the old commentators talk about keeping your shoulder square up the field, Earl Campbell kind of stuff. And
yeah,
he does a nice job at that as a high school runner. I mean, he gets his shoulder square and he gets things loaded up.
He's got a one cut, stays low. More effective between the tackles. There's Hester on the edge.
It seems like they're going to run right at Big Jackson Oliver and keep
bounce
him
outside of it.
Yeah, and it would almost seem like, hey, why would we do that? Because he seems like such a big run stuffer, but we get to get enough bodies on him and kind of slow him down a little bit.
For sure. Some of those guys don't like traffic.
Yeah,
and they're fast enough you can't run away from them.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of traffic over there. So a nice design by Coach Story.
Gain of 3 on the play. Back to pass is Carroll. Throws it a little bit low and behind Terrell Myers. Would have been right at the marker. Falls incomplete.
That pass was either off target or out of time, and probably both.
Back comes Evan Gordon. Terrell Myers to this side. Julian Castaneda. Far side of the field. There's a give to Gordon. He's hit at the 30, fighting his way forward. The War Eagles are pushing him forward. Going to be really close to the marker. It looks like maybe they've got him a little short. Stopping the clock while they look at it. I'm going to give it a look-see.
Unless the lines are
I
crooked.
would be shocked if they measure this. And they give us first down and first down yardage again. Third first down by carry for Gordon on this drive. War Eagles keep it going. We're at the 25-yard line. 2:08 to go here in this first half.
Heritage been moving the ball this drive with a lot of stuff over the left side.
You know what I actually like about Carroll is like there's almost like a little bit more urgency. Like he actually speeds him up to the line while he's out there. He's got some growing to do, but he looks like he has command. Inside give. Oliver put his big paw on him. Gordon runs through it, gains just a couple.
Yeah, and that was a play to the right side, which wasn't at Oliver, and he was back in his shred and shed.
Yeah. Play action fake. Going to hit Julian Castaneda on the edge. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. I think they've actually got, they're going to say the clock continues to run. 1:14 to go. They mark him short.
But a nice throw by Carroll. And again, a nice drive by Heritage. here right before half.
3rd and short. And if you're looking around, these are Bulldog starters on the field. There are 55 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Running for his life now, Carroll. He's going to be dropped for a sack. Second time that Jaden Holt has gotten a War Eagle quarterback. And 3rd and short is going to turn into 4th and 7, 34 seconds. And, Coach, I believe we're out of timeouts.
Yeah, and so they're going to have to go quick here, call the play. Should probably be one to go in the end zone.
25 seconds and counting. Looking to the right, Carroll looking for Myers. He was kind of chicken fighting over there with the defender on the edge. No flag thrown. That again was Mathis Brady. Falls incomplete, and a promising drive for the War Eagles is going to result in no points. They're going to turn it over to the Bulldogs. 14 seconds left to go in this one. Fayetteville will have it at their own 22-23 yard line. We'll see what they do, Coach. I would not be surprised if we don't take a knee and go to the locker room, but
yes,
we'll see how they choose to play it. They are in formation, so we're going to have to stop them here. Inside give, War Eagles are going to drag him down across the 25 to the 27. See if I can catch that. Number 4-3-2. We are going to head to halftime. See a bunch of kids out on the field. They've got their fanny packs and they're ready to perform at halftime here in Fayetteville. War Eagles are down 42-0. We're going to pause for all the halftime.
I don't think you can do much without a fanny pack.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
I just don't see that happening unless you can, if you got some other way of doing it. But I just think the fanny pack's the way to go.
Let me know. Sometimes it's just the best way to go about it. So we're going to break for halftime. We'll be back to bring you the second half of War Eagle football in about 20 minutes.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
just always remember to drive your own bus.
Okay, it's on. Hello? Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. 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 Just like anything? Okay. I don't know what to talk about. Okay. It was good. It was good. We got a lot of candy. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Mhm. Okay. Yep.
The roof is the home's main defense against the elements, so services like upkeep, repairs, and upgrades are vital. David's Roofing is the only roofing contractor in Northwest Arkansas that has the prestigious Select Shingle Master rating from Certainty. With David's Roofing, your roof is in good hands.
Always remember to drive your own bus.
And we are back, Coach. Great run of ads there. The last one you saw was from our Booster Club car show this year, and that was a really cool event with some really neat automobiles that was going to raise a bunch of money for our kids. I know that's one that we're going to repeat again in the future. Good work by Brian Jackson and team at the Booster Club on that thing.
Yeah, no doubt, and a big fall fundraiser, which we have a big Booster Club Heritage Athletic and Activity spring fundraiser, which is coming up. Is a golf tournament, and really, we say this every week, but the Booster Club at Heritage is not just athletics; it's activities in general, and even some students that are in need of things benefit from the Heritage Booster Club. So great work by those people.
Yeah, and special thanks to our other sponsors as well. Saw David's Roofing in there, and of course we've mentioned Hyde Jackson earlier in the broadcast as well, and just thank them for their continued support of the War Eagles as well. And we just continue to think of Hyde Jackson and the Jackson family this week. Coach, we've got another half of football about to show up. So far, the Fayetteville offense has been everything as advertised.
Yeah, all clicking on all cylinders. What a cliche, but in Fayetteville's offense, there's a lot of cylinders, and they're all clicking.
Yeah.
And the quarterback play has been outstanding. The receivers are in comfort mode, almost you'd say, in their routes. Their hands are soft, and then they spread you out, and then they move the ball up the field either with a read option and a quarterback keep, and they just got everything working.
And that's why they're one of the best in the state, for sure. They got mentioned lead athletes in great positions. So for the War Eagles, we've actually thrown a couple of good-looking drives together. We've gotten some help from the Bulldogs' penalties to generate some first downs, but as has been kind of the story, there's either a negative play that happens or something that throws us off schedule that has prevented us from putting points on the board.
Yeah, and just not enough offensive firepower to get past that mistake. And then again, defensively struggle to keep points off the board. So it's been a very one-sided game, to say the least.
Yeah, and we will have a running clock here in the second half. So the second half is going to go relatively quickly, and for sure, Coach, your goals kind of change as a coaching staff and as a team. Like the thought of winning the game with a running clock in the second half is very difficult. What are you doing as a coach right here? What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, the philosophy that in my mind is that one game is not as important as the season, and one season is not as important as the program. And if you take that philosophy in as a coach, that you're building a program over years, something that's going to last over years, you got to find something to feel good about, something to hang your hat on, something to say, that's one of the best teams in the state, and we could do this against them. and then start building off of that. And right now they got to go find what they can do and gain some confidence in.
And as a player, I was always too, like, even in situations like this, somebody could score their first touchdown tonight. Somebody could make the best play of their life right here tonight. If you keep competing and if you keep going out with pride and compete on every down, there's still a lot of good things that can happen.
Right, and that's the advantage of a really high-profile team is a lot of times they don't get the opponent's best shot. And the reason they don't is because of that motivation factor where, the kids on one side of the ball, they don't really think they can win. So they don't get everybody's best shot like you might think. So tonight, Heritage here in the second half, they need to kind of come out swinging.
Ronald Diaz, who's been a weapon for the War Eagles, we're not going to onside this one. We're going to kick it. The ball's going to be taken at the 22-yard line. And Fayetteville running all the way across the field. Going to be dragged down by Julian Castaneda.
He had some space there. Castaneda made a nice play to keep that from being a massive gainer right off the bat.
Bulldogs going to have it at the 37-yard line.
Clock's going to go.
Clock is going to go. They already wound the watch.
And here's if you're Fayetteville and you're 2 games away from the playoffs, probably not the time where you're going to let your starters sit on the sideline going into the second half. So a lot of the guys you saw out there at the beginning of the game are out there here to start the second half, and it's probably a wise thing to do.
End around into the secondary. Those are going to be knocked out of bounds by Jake Stout. That's Ty Mattingly on the end around. And to your point, there's Mattingly. He's a starter. And, by the way, seniors as well, right? So you're going to find a way to get 38 seniors in there. But Delamar's on the field. Leading rusher is on the field, and Christian Battles. So it's, as you mentioned, I mean, they've got to prepare as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you're going to try and get your team ready to play. And they got to get out of the second half. And your sophomore quarterbacks who might have to play, who knows? He's got to come out here and start the second half. And
that is Cruz Coatney's pass. It was complete to Landon Holzhauer. Down to the 7. It's going to be 1st and goal. The Fayetteville number 4s have had a massive night tonight.
Both sides.
That's
of the
Holzhauer on offense, and then on the defensive side of the ball, Mathis Brady. It's just been great. And there he is again. There's Holzhauer trying to get the edge. He's not going to get there. Stood up well on the edge. That's Jake Stout, helped cleaned up over there by Cohen Smith. 18 and 16 up on the stop. Gain of just a couple at 2nd down and goal.
A nice play by those 2 kids out there in the perimeter, and one of the better defensive plays and defensive of stances here we've had this tonight.
In the sophomore, Cruz Coatney is the quarterback. Fake handoff, the War Eagles again. That is going to be River Zanes. Did not bite on the fake. Pulled down the quarterback. That's Sloan Hollis in there helping him out as well. Gain of a couple more. Maybe one. It's 3rd and goal. For about the 3.5-yard line. Yes, out there watching. I know there's no line there at 3.5. That's what everybody says, so that's what we're going with.
We're going to say it. 3.5. 3rd down and 3.5.
Oh, and snap high and over the head of the quarterback. Coatney's just going to fall on it back at the 25-yard line.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
River Zanes is the closest to it. Let's go ahead and give let's give him a sack on that.
So the ball, a massive loss, way back to the 24-yard line.
I mean, I
can't do the math, 3.5 to the 24, but I'm thinking it's 20 and a half, kind of something like that. Loss there on the play, and
obviously the offense stays on the field here, and this is where you'd like to see the War Eagles just step up and bat this one down, because they're going to be throwing the ball towards the end zone. There it is, back for Delamar, and a flag on the play. Step for step with Delamar was Cohen Smith. 2 flags. One from the side judge and one from the back judge. So they're given a hold. What's interesting there is a hold in coach, unlike in college football and in the NFL, there's no automatic first down. So that hold right there doesn't.
It's not as bad a deal.
It doesn't hurt you as much. I mean, it's fourth down and goal from the 14-yard line. So still an opportunity here for this War Eagle defense to get off the field. Clock running, 7:52 to go here in this third quarter. Empty backfield after running back battles, motions out. Coatney back to pass. He's going to run for it. Has to get the end zone. War Eagles are going to converge on him. They're going to spot him out. They're going to spot him out at the 1. Coatney reached forward towards the pylon. They don't give it to him. The War Eagles shut him down. And War Eagles are going to hold 1 yard away from pay dirt. And, Coach, I'm actually glad we don't have replay on this because I really think he extended across it. But a good pursuit there by the War Eagles. And you know what? If the side judge gave us a favor on that one, I'm not going to complain for sure.
He pointed right down as if he had stepped out of
Stepped out there at the 1.
He stepped out at the 1. And that's a long way from us. But we're going to say that he made an outstanding call.
Without question.
I mean, one of the best calls I've seen all season.
Never in doubt.
Right there, but now we've got to get some breathing.
We are backed up in the shadow of our goalpost. There's the give from Carroll to the running back. I believe that's Gordon. He is going to fight with all his might for just a couple inches.
And
second down.
Not even 2nd and 8.
Yeah, ball placed. Basically no gain. The ball is placed across the 1 yard line, right on the 1 yard line.
Little or no gain on the play.
Little or no gain.
Yeah, according to the home announcer anyway. Again, Carroll the quarterback. Gordon slides over to his right. Inside give. Fayetteville anticipating that, just given the down and distance and location on the field. He runs into about 6 Fayetteville Bulldogs, and there's just nothing there. Maybe half a yard.
It looks like there
have
is
a player down. The only one I do not see standing is Gordon. Unable to see a number. Looking
just
maybe at the lower leg. We're going to pause.
A lot of bodies there.
We're going to pause just for a moment. Now we're actually looking live. You see the training staff out there. Look in that lower leg area. As you mentioned, just a lot of bodies and could have gotten rolled up under there. Hopefully it's very little.
The whole staff and what looks to be Ty Story out there with him.
Yeah, and again, I haven't seen a number, but the only person I haven't seen is 20 Gordon, the ball carrier. So we will confirm that when they get him up here. And they look like they're going to stand him up right now.
And he stands up.
And he's walking off on his own power. Great sign, and that is the running back, Gordon.
Gordon shaking up on the play for Heritage.
He is walking ahead of training staff, which is a good sign, walking off on his own power. Doesn't even go to the sideline. He just stops and grabs a bottle of water. So.
I like, when they get up and they have weight on both feet at the same time, it's a positive sign there, and he did. I mean, he popped right up, so he may have just been
squashed.
We
talked about this
he could have been squashed.
But a lot of times, if it's an ankle or even that knee, when you feel that little bit of a stretch on that, it's scarier than it is.
Right.
And hopefully that's just the case here.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Nice cut by Hester. He's got a chance. He's going to be run down with an angle on him and good athleticism.
He's still going.
He's going to need some help by his friends. Will Price runs him down.
If you saw what happened there, I mean, Carroll is looking to the left and the ball is on his way. And, I mean, he makes an unbelievable catch and just hands it to Hester. And Hester is off to the races. And that's a 53-yard gain for a first down for Heritage. Here with 5:01 left.
And I think I heard an oh no out of my color commentator to start that one.
They snapped it. They snapped it, and Carroll wasn't watching. Oh no! And
as only a coach can provide.
Oh no!
Go!
You know, a lot of times through my basketball coaching career, especially when some of my sons played, about the time they're about ready to shoot the ball, I said, "Oh no!" About 90% of the time, when I was hoping they didn't shoot it, they made it. So, and that was another one, like, "Oh no!" and there's Hester off to the races.
Yeah,
so big
nice
play for
cut,
Michael.
Big play, biggest play of the night for the War Eagles. Yeah, I think Chris got a lot of those, if I recall. Early years of the War Eagles. Give to Hester. Nice cut and a spin.
And
flag down. Looks at the point of a block.
Yeah, looks like an illegal block of some sort.
Hester running hard and a nice cut on the play before. A little cut and a spin on that one. A block in the back within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage is not something you see a lot. Obviously just an illegal block, but got him from behind. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. But they're going to start at 2 yards downfield, so it's going to be 1st and 18 on the play. Carroll to pass. It is knocked down on the edge. That's not a fumble. Fayetteville scoops it up as they should, but it is an incomplete pass.
It's Trey Byers. Trey Byers, number 28 for Fayetteville, did a nice job on the edge there, getting his hands up in the passing lane and knocking that dude down.
Second down and long. To this edge, Danny Basurto is wide. Terrell Myers in the slot. They go for Terrell on a little hook route. They got him. He's going to fight forward, going to get the penalty yards back, and then a bit. Going to be 3rd down and 9 in Fayetteville territory again at the 45.
Nice throw by Carroll. He's found a little gap in that seam right there, and a really nice throw. And again, Myers has got great hands, makes a catch, and cuts this down in distance in half.
Yep, Carroll, and again, we talked about it. He's a guy who can spin it. Earlier in the year, had some trouble just a little there, heading towards the edge, just a little bit too high for Myers on the out route. Just a bit of a miscommunication right there. It's going to be 4th down and 9. But Carroll just a lot of confidence in that arm.
Yeah,
and sometimes is throwing it into traffic early in the season. When he gets that straightened out, he's going to be really effective.
I think there's just some growing to be done, and usually young players have really moments of greatness backed up with moments of not so greatness.
Because part of that confidence is what leads to that great throw. And, oh, by the way, that, as Packer fans, we've seen a Brett Favre, that thought he could throw it in that 4-inch hole. And sometimes he did. And sometimes it was a pick when he was younger. And that ball is going to be tipped. And ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. It's going to fall incomplete. It's going to turn over on downs. Bulldogs are going to have it there at their own 45-yard line. 1:42 to go here in this third quarter.
Ball goes over on downs. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10.
But the War Eagles were able to turn the field around a little bit from being in the shadow of their own goalpost right there. The big run, like I say, 53-yard run by Michael Hester. Bulldogs have it in their own territory now. New running back in the ball game, number 31, Reed Crawford, a sophomore. That's Dominic Castaneda blitzing off the edge right there.
It is, isn't it?
And that's where he started, and there was a time when he had quarterback / linebacker listed by his name.
Yeah.
Now here with the young sophomore getting some snaps, they give the senior Castaneda some reps out there on the outside edge. He looked good getting around the corner right there.
Yeah,
Forced that throw early.
I think
he reads the snap on that one as well. He's going to make the play deep into the backfield. Throws down the running back for a big loss. That is Reed Crawford. They'll be asking that we either mix up the snap count or don't call that one again. A big loss of 8 on the play by Castaneda.
Yeah, Castaneda is just out there on the edge, and he is just timed twice in a row. It's just timed the snap count just perfectly.
Not coming this time. He's looking over in the flat. Fayetteville goes the other way. Screen pass. Across the 45, River Zanes makes the stop short of midfield. It's going to be 4th down and 6 in the first punting situation, question mark,
and
that Fayetteville's been in all day. But that's the way the end of the third quarter is going to end. We got 12 minutes of football on the other side. We're going to pause. We'll bring you back to the fourth quarter here on War Eagle Television in just a minute.
What's up, War Eagles? I'm back. It's Carson Coleman. Our War Eagles are still playing so tough. We have gotten more consistent on both the offense and defensive side, but our offensive side has gotten really good. We're really moving the ball, and we're putting in such great effort. Go War Eagles!
Thank you, Carson. Carson Coleman with a sideline report here to end the third quarter.
You guys at home, you may or may not pick up that Carson is a part of the Spirit teams.
Absolutely.
At Heritage High
Never
School.
would have guessed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nice effort out there. Good work again by this whole staff here, Mr. Davenport, and has a group of students this year that are invested in this, trying to, again, improving this thing every week. We get Jerry gets new toys every week.
He does.
Around here. We go to the sideline reporter. We had an instant replay come in a few weeks ago. All really well done.
And Fayetteville here in punt formation, which not to sound negative in any way, shape, or form, but we haven't seen this very often. So good job, Heritage War Eagles, getting to 4th down and forcing what looks to be a punt.
Deep to receive is Terrell Myers. Ball gets on the ground, takes a big Fayetteville bounce. Of course it does. Inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. And that's where we're going to take it over.
Not a very good punt there. But it's
great result.
But great result.
Great result.
Let me say it a different way. Not real good contact.
That is when you're in the bunker and you blade it, but you happen to catch the flag and it knocks it straight down. Exactly. Yeah. So the War Eagles are going to take it right here again, now moving from left to right. And, Coach, want to give a little bit of kudos and some credit to Dominic Castaneda on that drive again. Made 2 back-to-back big plays from that outside linebacker spot.
He came on a blitz and was just timed the snap perfectly. And, he was a gifted defensive player and really was pressed into being quarterback just out of necessity.
Here's the give. Didn't get the number. Looks like Hester. Going to fight forward for 4. 2nd down and 6. Again, the sophomore Braden Carroll has played these last 2 series at quarterback for the War Eagles.
Trey Byers made the tackle. Being up 4 in the play. Bring up 2nd down at 6.
Heritage continues to compete and play hard like they've done all year. Real credit to the staff. We all know, and just Aaron
that one sails on him a little bit wide.
Braden Carroll's pass intended for Terrell Myers. Xavier Burns defending on the play.
And incomplete. And you hear the coaching staff talk about that too, that the way these guys come to work, they've been impressed with all year. And certainly everybody wants to see more wins in the win column. Right. We knew it was going to be rough tonight. It'll be difficult. It's going to be a difficult test next week, but it's a crosstown rivalry. We know the boys are going to come to play. Third down. Looking right, throwing back, screen. It is tipped and knocked down on the play. As Will Caston.
Yeah, and Fayetteville did a nice job reading that. There wasn't anything there. In fact, Carroll probably should have just thrown that one into the dirt and went to the sideline because that play was going nowhere from the very beginning.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, it looked like they were setting it up fairly well. Like all the action was going this way. They were trying to hit them with the screen, going back the other way. But to your point, 2 Fayetteville linebackers were both there and waiting.
And they've done a good
Michael
job,
Hester.
Fayetteville, defending the screen.
Hester's punt, that's going to be caught on the fly at the 40. A couple of War Eagles on the tackle. River Zanes in on the play. Jake Stout also in on the play at the 33-yard line. Another reminder, we are at home next week. We will take on the Rogers Mountaineers, and with this result tonight, Coach, like next week will be the last one.
Correct.
Win or lose, we would not have a playoff opportunity. But I encourage you to come out and support these guys. It will be our senior night. A lot of these guys have put in a lot of work representing our War Eagles over the last 3 years. Appreciate you guys getting out and supporting them at the gates.
At the gates.
At the gates.
Come through the gates.
Fill the gates. Flags all over the place. The War Eagle looked like they jumped into the neutral zone, but then the umpire's got a false start.
Yes.
So I'm not sure who's going to win this battle. The linesman has offsides. The umpire has a false start.
But I just don't think that's a rule.
And now they're going to have a discussion about it.
I just don't think it's a rule in high school football like it is in the college and pro. That
they are going to say it, though. They are going to say that Heritage and when
we were offside,
and with the dead ball, that stops the play actually. So it's not a
right.
So yes, so the 5 yards goes against the War Eagles. 1st and 5, 7:23 to go here in this fourth quarter. Hanging on for dear life is a War Eagle lineman. See if I can grab the number for you. That's actually Castaneda again. Castaneda in the backfield and held on to an ankle. He dragged him forward for a yard, but another nice play by Dominic Castaneda.
Yeah, he's made an impact defensively in 4 plays, and now he's out. He's going to play a little defense, a little defensive back
ask him
here.
to cover Ty Mattingly on this one. And that making that play right there is a good sign. That's Evan Gordon from the linebacker position.
Yes.
So it was just a little something to brush off down on the.
He just might have got what I got that one day when I went over my handlebars on my mountain bike. You know, you get the wind knocked out of you. You don't just pop right back up.
But great news, certainly, that anytime you start looking at legs,
I don't like
makes
that.
me nervous. Glad to see him back in the ball game making plays. 3rd and short.
It's going to be
that should be a false start. And it is. 3rd and 2 is going to turn into 3rd and 7. Relatively clean second half for Fayetteville.
In Canadian rules football, that's not a penalty.
If only one of them does
and
it,
you know in Canadian football that you can onside punt it.
I do know the ball is live. Yes.
No, you can. Anybody can punt the ball, and as long as it goes over the line of scrimmage,
yeah, it's live.
It's live.
Yeah.
So you've seen plays on like 3rd and forever. They pitch. Actually, there's only 3 downs. On 2nd and forever, they pitch it out to a wide receiver. He taps it over the line of scrimmage and hangs up, goes over the top of it, and gets a first down.
There's a pass out into the flat, diving defensive try by Danny Basurto that's going to force the incomplete pass.
It's going to be 4th down. See, this would be a time for that in Canadian football.
It would be, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you bringing your CFL insight to the broadcast.
This would be a perfect situation for the onside punt for Fayetteville.
This will be our last broadcast together, Coach, because I mean I'll be on the PA next week, and I'll miss that. I enjoy hanging out with you in spite of you. Back to pass. Deep into the end zone and overthrown. Quarterback Coatney.
So do we see, and I'm sure there's no Rogers fans watching our broadcast because they're all at the game, but do we see a prelude to what's going to happen next week with the sophomore quarterback and one Dom Castaneda playing outside linebacker?
So I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you this is an opinion. I have no insight on it at all. Dominic Castaneda has given you 2 good years at quarterback, and as you mentioned, like he's played because we need him to play there. I think as a senior, he starts his last game at quarterback, and you might see the shift after that. Now, what I will tell you, from what you've seen out of Dominic Castaneda over the past 2 drives out of that outside linebacker position, I mean, it would make a difference there as well. That's just, literally, I have no insight whatsoever.
No,
that's just my thought. Castaneda starts because he's a senior and he's giving you all he's had.
Yeah, and you might give him the option.
Sure.
I'd be inclined to do that as coach. It's, Nom, you've given us everything you've had for over the last 3 seasons. What do you want to do?
Yep.
We need you both places.
But I could see him playing a couple series and moving. Either way, it's been nice to get, again, the sophomore Carroll a good long look here in this one. Certainly, you have the second unit in for Fayetteville at this point in time, but it's still great opportunities to run the offense. Again, I mentioned I really like the way we get up to the line of scrimmage with Carroll. He gets there quickly. That one blown dead.
3 minutes left.
Offside on the Bulldogs.
And that's going to be a first down, Heritage.
Penalty number 11 on the Bulldogs.
11.
That's the one
11,
thing they
11.
have. One thing they have not done well tonight is they've been a mess, and I'm sure actually the coaching staff hopes that they've already got a rule implemented that they run based on penalties or penalty yardage, and that they give someone just to get their attention a little bit. Here's a give to Hester on the sweep. He goes wide, makes a man miss. He's going to cross midfield, and shenanigans over on the sideline. He is talking to a War Eagle who was in a mess of Fayetteville Bulldogs.
Don't pick a fight when you're on the other team's sideline.
2 flags down, so 2 people saw it. It's a gain of 9 if it stands the way it is. I think this will be a post-play foul on either whomever, or it could be on both again. We've already seen one offsetting penalties. Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, this is going to go against Heritage only.
2nd and 35.
I don't think it's 2nd and 35. I think it's going to be more like 2nd and 16.
It's actually first and a while.
First
so,
down.
Yeah, so it's
wait a minute, it'd be 1st and 10.
it's got to be 2nd down because it's post play.
Yeah, but they gave us the first down.
Okay, yeah. So it's we're resetting the chains.
1st and 10.
That's crazy.
And then the unsportsmanlike post play is going to make it 1st and 10.
Kind of like an old-fashioned do-over back here.
It is.
First
It's
and 10
like
at the 35.
like volleyball, sticking your thumbs up in
Ghost
the air.
runner on first. Carroll, miscommunication there between quarterback Carroll and the receivers. That one fell in an area where there were no War Eagle receivers. It's 2nd down and 10.
And we're inside
55 seconds to go
minute,
here.
So maybe 2 plays left in this one, and it's Rogers week for Heritage.
Back to pass. Throwing deep down the left side for Terrell Myers. That one falls incomplete.
26 seconds.
26 seconds left to go in this one. Maybe one more play. We're actually going to have to hurry a bit to get there. Terrell still has 30 yards to run to get back into formation. 15 seconds to go. Again, want to thank Mr. Davenport, his whole class. These students are out here. Carson Coleman doing her work as a sideline reporter. Marley Brown down there as well. You can see all the names going down along the bottom of the screen. The ones that are running camera. Deep to pass down the left side, just off the fingertips of Julian Castaneda, and that's the way this one is going to end. Time runs out. 0-0 second half. You mentioned it, Coach. On to Rogers.
On to Rogers. And good luck to Fayetteville, and on to Rogers, and last game of the year. And Gaff, it's always a blast every year we do this.
It is. I love doing it. Glad to do it with you. And again, thanks to all the people that set it up to where all we got to do is talk. And again, these War Eagles, it's senior night next Friday night. You guys come on out and give these seniors a good send off. Again, Rogers Mounties coming on in. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. For everyone here, including Coach O, we will say good night from Fayetteville until we're together again. Safe travels. Thanks for joining us.